at this point in my career and sort of where I've evolved to as a human being, as a journalist, as a photographer, I think a lot more than I ever have about the implications of the work that I do and the process of this work and what does it really mean and how can I be more responsible and ultimately how can my work have an impact on the world, not just survive or make a living or get published. And so anyway, I want to share this piece with you. It was on the streets of Marseille, France, that the idea for this project came to me. I realized how often I am met with dirty looks and negative glances and almost a violent reaction to my camera. Eye contact presents a collection of photographs normally rejected during the editing process because someone in the frame is looking straight into the camera or at me. I feel that direct eye contact with the camera usually ruins an otherwise successful image. I have seen my presence elicit a variety of emotions and actions. The camera is often perceived as a violation of privacy and conjures up a potential threat of invasion to an individual's personal space and identity. When a subject looks back into the camera, do they stop being just an object? And does this transition allow the viewer to identify more with the subject? Maybe eye contact makes the viewer ask more questions. When my subject looks in the camera, is the moment any less real? For one viewer, eye contact can destroy the magic of an image, but for another, it can be what makes it magical. So once I had this reaction working in Marseille, where I really started to question, is it me or is it my camera? Why increasingly, even in America, on the streets of the world, do people seem to not trust the camera? But again, with this idea of examining my process, what conceit that myself and fellow photographers have that we actually have the right to go out and photograph you guys without asking your permission, and it's something I take for granted because that's what I do. And I know that I don't mean harm and I'm a good person, but how can you know that? And also, even with good intentions, I also know that images can hurt people, even if it's handled with care, even if it's done, from a place where I, as I always try to do, maintain the dignity of my subjects. So when I got back from Marseille, and I truly had this epiphany on the streets, and I immediately, emailed my studio, and it's like, okay, we have to go back through 30 years of photography, and I want to look for all the pictures that we never have chosen in our edits, in our prime edits, because someone was looking at the camera, and examine, well, are those pictures, maybe they're even better than the ones that I normally present with this conceit, with this idea that because nobody is looking in the camera, somehow I wasn't there.